Welcome back to my kitchen, friends. Today we're making something truly comforting and classic, chicken fricassee. It's one of those beautiful old-fashioned dishes that's rich and creamy and full of flavor, but still simple enough for a weeknight dinner. I'll walk you through each step and share some tips with you, and help you to make this dish turn out beautifully every time. And I'll also share some nerdy facts with you. The first thing we'll do is season our chicken. We're just gonna take a paper towel here and dry off our chicken a little bit. We're gonna put about a teaspoon of salt on our chicken and about a half a teaspoon of black pepper. We're gonna get our skillet on to medium high. And then we'll put in 4 tablespoons of butter. And we're gonna let this melt and get nice and sizzly before we add our chicken. So I already cleaned and chopped up my potatoes, and this is what we'll put the chicken fricassee on. But I'll wait to boil these until a little bit later. The babies are sleepy. Moose is just having a dream and making all kinds of noise. He always looks so peaceful. I don't know if he's quite awake, but he's probably wishing I wouldn't interrupt his nap. And her eyes are all droopy, like, oh, don't bother me. Okay, it's nice and sizzly, so let's get this chicken in here. That's the noise you want to hear. We're gonna let it fry for about 2 minutes on each side. While our chicken is browning, we're going to slice up all of our vegetables. I'll start with our mushrooms first. I already have these pre-washed. You can slice these however you like, or you can cut them into halves, or you can cut them into fourths. It's just up to you. I'm gonna slice them. If you don't have fresh mushrooms, you can use the canned ones. It's just that I feel like it's better to use the fresh ones. Let's get back over here and check our chicken. Oh yes, see that nice brown color? That's what we're looking for. Now, if you're making the original fricassee, you don't want to brown your meat first. Because the meat was seasoned or lightly cooked in butter without browning before the liquid was added to simmer and finish cooking in it, this classic method results in a white sauce and a subtle flavor, unlike the modernized versions that call for browning the meat for a deeper color and taste. I personally like the flavors that are added whenever you brown the meat first. And I like the color better. When you fry and brown meat, it creates like a MSG type of a savory taste. This reaction creates new flavor compounds, including free glutamate, which triggers the umami or savory taste receptors on the tongue. All right, I think these are brown enough, so I'll carefully get these off. I wish you could smell just how good this smells. All right, we'll get our mushrooms on this plate so we can get our onions sliced up. These are just some cooking onions, some of them that I grew, and you can just roughly chop them. If I had full-size ones, I'd make nice strips and all that, but you can just roughly chop these up whatever size you like. To add a nice flavor profile, you could get some shallots and mix your cooking onions with shallots. Now, some people will do the little pearl onions and they just leave them whole. So we're just gonna keep this fat in here with the little bits of brown goodness that's in the bottom of the pan, and that's just gonna add to the flavor. I had to turn the skillet down because it was spattering at me. So now we'll add our sliced mushrooms and our sliced onions, and then we'll stir these all together. And we're gonna brown them until the onions turn kind of translucent. It's gonna have such a beautiful color. And we're gonna add 3 sprigs of thyme. I'm using fresh thyme. Thankfully, it hasn't all froze in the garden. You can use dried thyme. Oh wow, that smells incredible. Takes about 5 minutes to get these browned. So we're just gonna dice this garlic. When you press garlic in a garlic press, it breaks down more of the cell walls and it releases a stronger, more pungent flavor that can easily burn and become bitter when sauteed. Chopping gives you distinct pieces, allowing the garlic to mellow out in the heat and develop a richer and more complex flavor without scorching. All right, I feel like that's pretty good. Get back over here to our mushrooms and onions. The smells are just making me so hungry. I feel like that's brown enough. So we're gonna add our garlic in here and we'll add a bay leaf in here. So one interesting thing that I just recently learned is that chicken fricassee was Abraham Lincoln's favorite meal. It was hard to get Abraham Lincoln to sit down and enjoy a meal, but this was one meal that he did love. We'll stir it for about 30 seconds, and then we're gonna put in 3 tablespoons of flour, and we're gonna cook this for about a minute. Like I've said many times before, you wanna make sure that you cook all that flour, otherwise you have a raw flour taste. So we'll let that cook for about 1 minute. So now we're gonna do 3 cups of chicken stock. Woo, look how gelatinous that is. I think it was partly frozen. This one didn't seal, so I put it in the freezer. So we got 3 cups of chicken stock here. And you don't have to use homemade chicken stock, but it sure tastes a lot better. I'm gonna turn this back up a little bit more. The fat in the broth was still a little bit cold, so that's why you see the little fat pieces in here. The recipe calls for 1/2 cup of white wine. I don't have white wine, so what I'll do is I'll take some chicken stock and some apple cider vinegar, and the apple cider vinegar is going to be the acid that you would get when you use white wine. And it won't taste like vinegar, no worries. I'll just add just a splash of the apple cider vinegar. We'll add that in now. We're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and make sure that you scrape the bottom of your pan just in case there's any brown bits stuck to the bottom. And now we'll get our chicken back into the pot. I have a little floor licker down here. That chicken splattered all over the place, so she's here cleaning up the floor. So we're gonna let this come to a simmer. I made a mess on my stove. I'm gonna get my potatoes on now too, so that they'll be done whenever the chicken is done. It's at a nice simmer. So now it's time to get the lid on, and we're gonna leave the lid on for 10 minutes, and then we'll come back, remove it for 20 minutes. Okay, it's time to take the lid off. We're gonna continue to cook it for 20 minutes. So we're going to check the internal temperature and make sure that it's 165, and it is way above that. So this is ready. So we're going to remove our chicken and put it on the plate. I'm also going to get that bay leaf out of there. We don't need that in there. Now we're going to add 2/3 cup of heavy cream, and we'll stir that in. And then we're going to let this come back to a simmer. It was sticking a little to the bottom of the pan, so you want to make sure that you're scraping the bottom of your pan. I'm going to just sample this and see how it tastes. That is really good. And you can add more salt or pepper or any spice you want at this stage. So if you want it to be thicker, you can just let it cook down for a little bit. I feel like that's pretty good. So I'll get my chicken back in here. And now I'm going to sprinkle some parsley on here for color. Fresh parsley would be better, but I don't have any. I can't wait to try this. So I'm going to get the heat turned off. All right, it's time to get this plated up. Okay, let's get some of this chicken out of here. And you can add carrots to this as well. We'll get some gravy and put that on here. That looks so good. All right, let's see what this tastes like. We'll get some chicken and potatoes. Messy. That's very good. I do think it needs more salt. We love salt, so let me put some more salt on there and then try it. It is very good. It's well worth the time. It really doesn't take that much time. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that I showed you just how easy it is to throw this meal together. If you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. I hope that you're all having a blessed day. Bye for now.